Hello everyone, it's me, Kitti Minx. And in case you're wondering where I've been for the last week on YouTube, while you haven't seen any updates or new videos or streams or anything, it's because I got a lovely strike on my channel. And when you get a single strike, you're blocked from uploading, community tab posts, streams, all that happy stuff for a week. And the strike happened with my most recent upload with the new character Kohana, and the video got struck, got taken down, got blocked, can't be viewed on YouTube. And it's complete and total malarkey, because it got flagged for sexual content and nudity. Well, for one thing, the thumbnail, the character was fully clothed. Nothing that you don't see on thumbnails for like swimsuit models and whatnot. So I really don't see why that's a big deal. It's like, I know those more skimpy thumbnails hurt you if you're monetized and it affects your monetization, but I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really matter. But, you know, the character was clothed enough, nothing out of the ordinary, and any vaguely sexual themes in that audio was more of a fade to black situation. So unless they now consider, you know, romantic kissing and playful ear nibbling, which are staples for storytelling ASMR, especially when the story involves romance, unless they start to consider that to be too sexual for YouTube, in which case, RIP a lot of ASMR happening out there. It's just, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I put in an appeal. Appeal got rejected, so the strike is still on my channel. I went to Team YouTube on Twitter. They looked over it, or they claimed to have looked over it, and they say the strike still stands. And they wouldn't tell me what part of the video warranted the strike. Where was it? Was it, you know, a little bit of like playful teasing jokes that, you know, were vaguely lewd? Was it the romantic kisses? Was it the playful ear nibbles? Which part was it? They wouldn't tell me. So how do I know what to avoid in the future if they don't tell me what warranted the strike to begin with? And the dumbest thing is, I was looking over the analytics. The video was up an hour before it got struck down, which likely means it wasn't detected by a bot. It means someone flagged it, or more than one person flagged it. And I've been having this problem with videos of mine getting flagged and I'm getting warnings about it. But for the most part, I'm able to appeal those warnings and it gets fixed. But I do think that aside from YouTube just being really freaking stupid with how they enforce their community guidelines and how arbitrary it is, that there's people out there who, I guess, hate watch me or whatever, and whenever they think they have the opportunity, decide to just flag a video. It's so just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, when it comes to these community guidelines, especially with sexual content, they are really just freaking arbitrary with how they enforce these guidelines. Because I have found ASMR audios where it's pretty clear that there is actual sexual content going on. Like, yeah, you could just tell by the sounds, like, that's more than just, you know, romantic kissing. Ew. It's to the point where there's like blatant just ASMR sex on YouTube. There's just, even though there's no visual, which I think is how they get away with it, by not having any visual, just being a blank screen, just the audio, you can tell there's some big whoopee going on in those audios. Yet, not only are those, you know, been allowed to stay on YouTube for months to even years, they also have hundreds of thousands of views, and a lot of the ones I found are monetized. So, what the actual crap YouTube. And one thing I noticed, those particular more sexual ASMRs are done by male sounding creators, which doesn't really sit well with me, considering I've talked to other female sounding creators, and we're all dealing with this bullshit where we get, demonetized or strikes or whatever for just like kissies, like kissing. Like, seriously, several people have told me that they've had their videos demonetized because their characters went, mwah. It's total crap. Total crap. So, it really seems like when it comes to audio ASMR, like the style ASMR that I do, that female sounding creators are treated way more harshly by the community guidelines system than male sounding creators are. When it should be, evenly handled across the board. Like, if something is blatantly sexual and goes against guidelines and actually does go against guidelines, it should be, just even in how it's handled. Whether it's a male sounding creator or a female sounding creator. Why is it that according to YouTube, female voices are inherently more sexual or lean more sexual than male voices, even when the male voice is blatantly like making moaning and fapping sounds, if you catch my drift? It just, I don't get it. It kind of just hurts my brain. And it makes me really grumpy with YouTube. And I'm not going to sit here and blame the CEO or blame Susan, because the CEO has no control over all this. This is the specific guidelines department, which is influenced by input from the ad agencies. I'm not going to be like, Susan sucks, or whoever the new CEO is sucks. It's like, I know that they had no say in this. There's no point. I can say that the policy, the guideline system, whoever manages all that needs to buck up and start, realizing that female sounding voices are not inherently more leaning sexual than other genders. And that, if you're gonna, go after female ASMR creators for potentially explicit content, gotta go after the guys too. You can't just do it one-sided. Or you can be a bro and realize that maybe, just maybe, it's not all that bad, especially if the video, as we can do in our settings when we upload, mark it as not for kids. And just accept that it's not for kids. Don't worry about it. Let there be weird ass ASMR on YouTube. Just let it be there. Just let it be there. If you can allow naked yoga where chicks are spreading their buttholes, and really gross mukbangs where they're like, guys are shirtless with goop slopping all over the place as they eat, and it's all over just icky stuff. If you can allow that nasty stuff and other just things, let the ASMR slide by. It's not hurting anyone. It's really not hurting anyone. It'd be one thing if it got marked as being targeted for kids and it was appearing on the YouTube Kids app and shit like that. I'd understand that. Like, no, that's bad. Don't do that. But if it's marked as content meant for adults, leave it be. Please. It's not hurting anyone. Seriously. For those of you who are wondering where you can find the hookup with Gohan Audio, it's available on my Patreon for a download. And I also uploaded it and a couple other audios to rumble.com. And before you say anything, no, I'm not one of those people. But I wanted to see what a free speech platform does with the kind of content I make. And if they really are a free speech platform that supports creators and doesn't censor creators. And so far, so good. The audio's been up there for like a week. and it's been monetized on that platform because somehow I got monetized on Rumble. Don't ask me how. And yeah, it's on there. So I'll provide a link to the Rumble upload in the description down below. And if you're on my Patreon, I did edit the post so you can get the download for the video. Yeah, so you'll still be able to watch it. It's not gone, into the ethos. You just got to watch it or listen to it, not on YouTube. So sorry about that. But YouTube decided it was too much for the platform and worthy of me even getting a strike, which obviously hurts the channel. It's going to hurt me in the algorithm. It's going to cause other nonsense. And it doesn't go up until late June. So until late June, I'm just going to have to deal with my channel being treated like garbage because of the stupid strike. It's so frustrating, you all. It's just so very, very frustrating. And quickie news, by the time this goes up, there's a new public 18 plus not safe for work audio available on the hub website. The certain hub. And it involves a slime girl maid. Patrons already had access to an HD download of it yesterday. It's now going to be available in SD streaming with watermarks and everything today on the hub. So if you are an adult over the age of 18, check out Kitti Minx ASMR. That's my username on the hub. And you can check out the new upload, as well as if you haven't seen the other stuff on there, the other public not safe for work uploads I have on there. But just know that what I have up on the hub is a little bit different than the not safe for work exclusives on Patreon. For one thing, the ones on Patreon are longer and more, detailed. And just in their higher definition, just higher quality. What's on Patreon is just a bit better. But you can still get a vague idea of the kind of more mature audios I do by listening to the ones I put up on the hub. So again, if you are an adult over the age of 18, look me up on the hub. And if you got an account on there, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments and all that happy stuff, because I am actually monetized on the hub as well. It's pocket change. Their ad revenue isn't that great. It's nowhere near how YouTube does it. So it's literally pocket change, but it's better than nothing. So anything you can do to support me on that platform would mean a lot. And as always, catch a reminder, I'm not monetized on YouTube. There's over 700 ASMR audio role plays on this channel, basically available for free. If you see an ad, it's not by me. It's YouTube putting them in there for their own stupid, selfish reasons. So you're literally getting hundreds of audios for free. I'm not monetized. So if you would like to help support this channel, support the content, make it so I can in my available time when I'm not bogged down with kids and housework and stuff like that, able to, work on the high quality content you all really enjoy that I do. You can check out my Patreon. Link is always in the description down below. You have to be over 18 to be on the Patreon, but there's quite a few perks. You can see them listed on the page. You can also download individual exclusive audios on my Gumroad. Link to that is on my website, kittyminxasmr.com, because YouTube does not like links to Gumroad on your descriptions. They will flag it and get all pissy with you. If you are an adult and you like IRL X-rated content, I have pretty much my full library of adult content I've made over the years on my Fansly, with more added now fairly regularly again. So again, if you're over 18 and you want IRL stuff, you can check out my Fansly. And if you pledge a certain amount on Patreon, you get free access to Fansly for that month you're pledged. So that's a nice little perk. You can also just send me a donation via Ko-fi, always appreciated. And if you want your own idea done for an ASMR audio roleplay, you can commission me. I do not do free requests. I do commissions. Just note, I'm not doing rush orders, and I'm not doing anything with set deadlines, because just with life right now, I can't make that kind of commitment. But if you'd like to reserve a slot for a commission, knowing you may not get it for a hot minute, so if you're not in any rush, you can check out my website, kittyminxasmr.com. My terms and what I do and don't do for custom orders are on there. And you can generally find links to pretty much everything of mine, like my hub page, my YouTube channels, my Patreon, Fansly, yada yada yada. All that can be found on kittyminxasmr.com. Plus, there's a FAQ with information about me and my work. So things you may have wondered, you can just read up on there instead of like asking me during a live stream or whatever, because some questions do get a little repetitive and monotonous after a while. Well, this has certainly gone on long enough. Thank you for those of you who made it this far. Thank you for listening, watching, whatever. I'll have more content up pretty soon, barring I don't get another goddamn strike for whatever reason. And I'm going to try to have uploads up more regularly as life permitting. And if you heard little noises in the background, that was baby Evie. I have her in the office with me right now hanging out, and I think she's awake. So she's just making her little baby noises. So if you heard weird noise in the background, that was her. That wasn't some ghost or whatever. So everything's fine. Everything's cool. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Practice self-care. And show your loved ones that you appreciate them, because you never know what life may bring. Know that I love and care about you, and you're special. And as always, stay awesome. Mwah. Mwah. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. Meow. Meow. Ada, ada. Ada, ada.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. This audio is brought to you by my patrons on Patreon, kind donations on Ko-fi and other platforms, my subscribers on Fansly, and other means of support from kind viewers just like you. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to click the like button, leave a comment for the algorithm, and if you're brand new here, please subscribe.